Now at 10, breaking news. A massive brush fire is threatening homes in Cherry Valley as it burns out of control. We have live team coverage of the firefight.
Plus, the search for survivors after a military training exercise off San Clemente Island. One Marine is dead, 7 others and a Navy sailor are missing.
And he had his hands up when he was shot in the head by a projectile. The LAPD body cam video just released. The victim speaks out for the first time. Now in the news at 10. Good evening, I'm Glenn Walker.
And Del, Mary Beth McDade, Sharon, Micah have the night off. Well, we begin with breaking news tonight in Riverside County near Beaumont, where a massive wildfire is raging out of control.
The apple fire is threatening homes and forcing hundreds to evacuate as the flames explode along the dry brush covered hillsides. We have live team coverage on the fire and the hot, dry conditions fueling the flames.
We begin with KJ5's Tim Lynn, who's overhead in Sky 5. Tim?
Good evening, MB and Glenn. You're looking at the fire here in the Cherry Valley area. As you said, it's called the Apple Fire. Kicked off at about 6 o'clock and has grown to 700 acres. As we come out, you'll see how big the fire line is, because what they're saying is this started off as 2 fires and then they came together. Then down in this corner here, let's show you where the houses are in the Cherry Valley. We'll bring up Skyview 5 map here and show you. There's Glen Oaks Road at the base. That's on the west side. And as we push in onto the neighborhood, you'll see the other streets start popping in. And as we push in, you see Apple Tree Lane there, Sycamore Street. That's where the houses that were in peril earlier today when this fire first started. Fire protection units got in there and tried to keep the fire away from them. We haven't heard of any problem with loss of houses or anything of that sort, and we'll drop off the map. But you can see those the way the streets wind through there, and we were shooting you some video we shot just a little bit earlier. But this fire's been racing on pretty hard. And as we can see out the window here, it's just a lot of fire. They came in with a big 747, the global super tanker that drops 20,000 gallons of retardant. It was able to work in here along with other of the very large tankers to try to paint a line around this. Now there are evacuation orders in place, and the evacuation orders are for south of the county line, north of Dutton Street, east of Oak Glen Road. The evacuation center is open at Beaumont High School, and that's at 39139 Cherry Valley Boulevard down in Beaumont. So if you need someplace to stay for the evening, that's open for you. But this fire is still burning pretty hot and heavy. There's another little road over the ridge up towards the top called Dillon Road. That's completely over the ridge and down a canyon. There's some residences down in that area. That's the way the fire is going, but it's slowed down quite a bit here at night. It is still very hot and dry on the ground. It was about 95 degrees when we left San Bernardino Airport to head out here. So they're dealing with the heat, but luckily very little wind going on here. The firefight from the air has stopped for the evening, and that's all ground assault now, and that structure protection I spoke about down by those houses. So that's the latest from here at Sky 5. Let me send it back down to you.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. At this hour, at least 150 structures are being threatened, and firefighters are on the ground trying to stop the flames from reaching homes in the area.
KTLA 5's Chris Wolf live now in Cherry Valley with more on the firefight. Chris?
Yeah, Glenn, Mary Beth, I'm standing on the edge of the mandatory evacuation zone. This is Dutton Street, and everything north of us, closer to that burning hillside behind me, is under a mandatory evacuation order. But so many people who live in this area who don't necessarily have to leave right now have flocked to this location to get a glimpse of that spectacle, that force of nature behind me, that often terrifying force of nature. This is the Apple Fire in Riverside County. There are reports that at least one home or building has burned, and we know for sure that this fire is threatening dozens of other structures, prompting evacuations. The Apple Fire may be burning out of control here in Riverside County. It erupted just before 5 p.m. along Oak Glen Road. Let's go to some video now. The nearby community, as you know, is Cherry Valley. This is one of the latest brush fires.